everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this wonderful pop-up vase card. Now, I've had this style bookmarked for quite a few years. I saw Jan B make one, and then I saw Lou recently share one. Well, I say recently, I think it was about a month ago. She made one, and I was like, I've got to go back and do that. And there's also been quite a lot of requests from you guys over on my website to make this as well. It's very, very easy to make. You don't need any specialty dies. I've broken all of the steps down, so hopefully it's really easy for you to follow. I've also made a matching envelope, which I will show you at the end. So this is the front. So I've got lots of texture with that wood grain embossed detail there, all of those flowers. And then when you open it up, you have this pop-up vase or little basket of flowers, which mine is. It's so cute. Don't be daunted by the way that this all looks. It is, I promise you, it's so easy. You're going to be very, very surprised. And like I said, you don't need any specialty dies unless you want to cut an aperture, but that's completely optional, and I explain all of that in the video. So let's get started. So as always, I've got all of my bits ready. So I've used my flowers are from my Flowers and Foliage stamp and die set. Get the dies to cut everything out there. So I've focused on, it's always usually these ones, that one, and that one, and then these two leaves. But you got the lovely like sunflower style there, and you've got these two others as well. Then sentiments, I've been using these a lot at the moment, I think, because I'm doing a lot of floral cards. I'll probably make a floral playlist as well. I'll have a pop-up playlist, but if I do a floral one, if you just love making cards with flowers, have a look at that, because there'll be lots of inspiration. So I've got the Let Friendship Bloom, so this one with the frame. I'm not sure which one I'm going to have on the front and which one inside. And then this one, I've got the Beautiful Friend with this frame. I thought one of them I'm going to put up on a little stick and have it as like a little planter, you know, sign to go inside. So we'll see. But you can see all the flowers. I've gone for blue. Something about blue flowers. I think they look lovely. So I've cut probably more than I need, but I can keep some to decorate maybe the envelope or the front of the card as well. I've also then used my Woodgrain embossing folder. So you can see where I've used the wood grain on the front and the back. So I've already decorated this because this aperture is optional, and this is the part that I was inspired by Lou's card. I've just gone ahead and got that ready. So I've got a 5x7 card blank. Inside I've cut this piece of 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and that's what I've embossed with the wood grain. Okay, and then I've cut it again 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I cut this size aperture, which is 3 5/8 diameter. Lay that on the top of this 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 piece. You probably want to cut it first before you emboss it, otherwise you'll flatten the design. Pass that through, and then when you've cut the circle out, lay this piece over the front of the card so that you've got a nice equal border, and then lay this one down so you get it in the center of this circle that you've already cut, and then cut it out. It just gave me a little border. That's only if you want the border, you don't have to do that. Basically just cut yourself an aperture if you want. Like I said, any shape, and it could be quite big as well. You could show some of the actual plant pot or the vase. I've decided to have that bit hidden, so all you're going to see is the flowers coming through, and then I'll have one of these sentiments on the front. So this is everything you need for the mechanism. And then I've got this little piece here, which is going to support and act as like a bit of a guide, like a track for the strip to go in. It's also going to stop the side lifting. So this is a piece of 9.5 by 2 3/4. And you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 4.5 and 9. And then you're going to rotate, and you're going to score at 3/4 and at 2, but just down to that first score line. These are just cut lines, okay? And then rotate it, and you're going to score at 3/4 and 2, this time past the first score line and down to the second. Past the first score line and down to the second. This little piece here is 1/2 inch by 2 1/4, and you want to score at 1/4 inch and at 2. That is just where you're going to be placing your glue, so you don't need to fold that at all, so just leave that to one side. With this one here, if you just fold and burnish those 3 vertical folds, what we're now going to do is we're going to snip away the middle part here. So we've got these 2 outer tabs, these little rectangles, and then on this one we're going to trim away all of this part. So if I just scribble this in, so we're going to remove all of this and the little rectangle, and again all of this part and the little rectangle, and then here we're going to remove the middle part. So this part will slide through that gap. So you can use your trimmer if you prefer, but I'm just going to cut down. I'm going to remove all the score line as well, down past that first score line, and then continue to cut like so. And then again here, removing the score line. And then just snip away. Now make sure this is nice and neat because this is all visible. Again, I'm removing the score line. Okay, and I'm just going to use my smaller snips here. Again, remove the score line. Just fold those away. And just snip down there. Okay, and then just take a little wedge. Ooh. Off of each side. That way you won't see any of that. And again with this one, you don't really see it anyway, but just take a little bit off there. So this is going to fold under and stick out this side here. I recommend you curve this part here because this is going to be your vase. Now by curving it, it will still fold flat, but it's just going to give it an even better look. On one of them I didn't, and it just didn't, I just didn't think it looked as good as when I did then add the shape to it. Now I'm going to decorate the front with this piece here. So I've got like a little wicker basket. I'll cut this just slightly smaller. So I'll have a very, very, very thin white border. So literally just under 4 by 2 3/4. And again, I'm going to curve. Like so, it's a little bit split there. I think sometimes the embossing, sometimes the machines are quite strong for the embossing folders. But that will all stick down still. And that's going to stick over the top. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, and then I'm going to let it dry in that curved position. Like I said, it will all still go flat. Now, if that's directional, whatever you've embossed, make sure this piece goes under and comes out on the left. That's then the right way up. Because it's going to sit inside the card on this side here. Okay, so next we can attach this inside here, and then we can add this little track here. So this piece is going to lay down completely flat. Even this folded piece, the very end of this whole strip needs to sit just up to the score line. You want to be able to close that over. Okay, we're going to add glue to the top of this so that when the card opens, it's going to pull this strip along, and you'll see it will just fit inside the card. And I fold that down. Okay, now I'm going to bring mine up just in line with my matte layer, and when I close my card, just check. I want to make sure that that's hidden. There we go. So I think I'm going to use the quick grab glue for this one. So I'm just adding glue or tape. If you don't want to use glue, you don't have to. Just got my glue on that top piece there. If I look at this side here, I know that this side is lined right up perfectly. Keep that down. Okay, just give that a minute now to grab. And when you lift it up, it'll go back over onto this side. Just open up the card and fold this back. Okay. That there, with it now attached to this piece, you can see how you're getting that movement. But this here is its kind of final resting place when you've opened the card, when it pops up. So that's where this piece comes into play. So this piece is going to stop that end lifting. So just a little bit of glue in those little 1/4 inch pieces, and then just sit this across so it will hide behind the vase. I'm not going to butt it right up, but just about 1/4 inch away there. Okay, and now you want to fold under these pieces, and this time you've got to close the card first, so it's a little bit fiddly, but it will all work. Okay, you want to fold this down, keep those folded under, but you don't want them to stick until you can close the card. So if I just bring it up this way, can you see how they're folded under? Just make sure, so it's not stuck just yet, but just make sure that when, because I've got the embossed piece, it's kind of catching. I'll just use the ruler there just to kind of, if you've not embossed that, yours will just slide right down. There we go. Okay, so once you're happy it's all down, you can do your reveal. I would always test just looking underneath, and as you're pulling it, if you see something lifting, don't keep lifting, just leave it to dry more. But I think I did go and make a coffee. Yeah, it's fine. That one just a little bit more there. And it will stay open as well. Like it does kind of stay in, you know, in place. So when it's displayed like this, you know, it's going to stay. But can you see how that stopper inside, it just holds this down? Without that, the whole of this piece can lift up. Or you can, you know, see down the side there, but that just keeps it all in place and it looks nice and neat. Obviously, look, think of the card colours that you're going to use. You know, this might become a feature for the maybe style or design that you're doing, but I think that's going to look fine. So I am now going to start decorating. So some of these I'm going to pop on just some white strips so they can, you know, so they don't act as like the stems, but I'm going to have a couple of just the bigger flowers stuck directly onto the back. I'll probably put some foam up on there. These ones I'm going to have maybe just a couple of the smaller ones like hanging over, maybe something like that. It's always once you start adding the green leaves that everything starts coming together. A couple of those are going to be on little stems. Now when you stick anything in, you can stick stuff all behind the arch here, and you can stick stuff on the back, but just make sure you go under. I just lift this up, go under this piece, and obviously make sure none of the glue comes out the sides. If you go under that piece, then this will still move, but don't stick anything. Well, you could stick over, but make sure you stick it down here. You just don't want to stick anything on that strip. That strip needs to be running nice and smooth. If you did stick something on it, then it's going to move, but again, that could maybe look quite good, maybe like a little bee or something. So have a play around. I always say with these kind of mechanical cards, do a test run and just play around with your placement and things like that, and then go from there. I will pop it on high speed so you can still see what I'm doing, but I'll show you it when it's all done. Okay, so I've decorated all of the front of the card. I'll show you inside in a minute. I want to get my envelope done. So I'm just gonna, I love using old stamps. So I'm gonna find a couple that are gonna match. So we get a nice blue one there. So I'll go for that one of the Queen's face. And then let's find some matching flowers. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to use that one there, which is an old one of a French landscape. So I'm just going to stick these down whilst my wax is melting. And then I've got these stamps here from my little all occasions stamp set. And then I'm just going to stamp some of these. So let's do that one. So the airmail one. And then I like to use this one as well, just so I can write the date and like the time of posting. Let's have that one about there. There we go. So that's the envelope already. And because I'm not going to be posting this straight away, I'm just going to add my wax paper under there. So it will mean that I can still pour and attach the wax seal, but it won't seal the envelope. I can seal it as normal with the gum on the envelope when I do finally go to send it. Just give that a stir, make sure that's all melted. If your wax is too hot, it will start to bubble. So I've just got my heat gun at hand in case I need to burst any of those bubbles once I pour this. Yeah, you can see all the bubbles. A lot of those will go when I pop the wax seal on. Make sure it's the right way up. And then, okay, so all the bubbles are gone now. Just leave that to dry and clear this up. Okay, so just give it a little wiggle you'll know it should just pop off. There we go. I think mine might have been still a little bit warm. That's okay, I got away with it. I'll just hold that up there. So now I've got that all attached and I can still seal it at a later date. So now we've got a lovely matching envelope, and then there's the front of the card, and now when we open it up, you've got that lovely pop-up. So much fun, very, very easy to make. Just bear in mind, if you're sticking stuff more to the right, it might pop out the side here, so you just have to be careful with your positioning. So I have got this stuck to the back, so it feels that kind of right hand side, and you'll see most of my pop-up is more to that left hand side. So just every time you stick something down, just close it to make sure it all stays concealed inside the envelope. Yeah, another fun pop-up card. Like I said, no dies needed unless you're going to have your aperture, but you might have some punches that are big enough for that as well. But I think it's super fun. Really, really pleased with this one. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. All of the products that I've used you can find over on the Craft Stash website. I'll have them individually linked below. You can click here as well. Make sure you're subscribed, that way you won't miss out on any future videos. And I'll have that, should I do a floral pop-up? It'll either be a floral pop-up playlist or just floral cards, or it'll be kinetic pop-ups that you don't need dies for. But either way, check it out. You might want to watch that next. See you all again soon. Bye.